Good morning, everyone. Dean Howell here from GeoSpatial Connect. Thank you for joining us today on our business coaching webinar. Today is Friday here in Adelaide, and Fridays, as I said, are our business coaching webinar. Each day we do a quick short webinar at 9 o'clock. Mondays is our new member webinar, so we go through any new features or just a quick overview of the website and the features that are there. Tuesday is our services webinar, so where we promote and profile members who have services on the website. Wednesday is our job seeker coaching. Thursday is products and projects, and Friday is our business coaching. So thank you for tuning in live if you're on here live. If not, you can watch the recording, the audio and the slides on our various social media channels on YouTube, LinkedIn, Google Plus, and on Facebook. If you are tuning in live, then you can join in the chat and just type in your chat below the video screen, and I will attempt to answer them as we go. So today is our business coaching session, and we're going to talk about being on target. So today is a bit about it's a marketing, some marketing tips for your GeoSpatial Connect business. Now, I guess these tips could be used in any business, but obviously we're focusing on the geospatial industry business. So what we're going to talk about today is your target market. We're going to be talking a little bit about creating a message and the right advertising medium to get across to those sorts of people. So what is your target market? Now, there's plenty of ways to advertise, and I recently was on a webinar, and the person said that marketing to everybody is marketing to nobody, and that is so true, because we try to take the easy way out with marketing, and that we try to just use the term spam, but we try to bombard our people on our list with news and information and specials and all that sort of stuff, and often you're just broadcasting it and hoping that that you're going to hit the right person. So we need to change that strategy and say that, well, what we want to do is actually target the right people at the right time for the right product or service. So we don't want to use the whole, like you can go on to Facebook as an example, and you can put your ad up there, and you can have it potentially broadcast to millions of people, but just because it gets in front of 1 million people doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get any greater hit rate. So you're better off getting in front of 100 targeted potential clients than 1 million untargeted. So how do we do that? Well, we need to find out you need to know your product down pat to start with, but then you need to know, all right, who are we marketing to? Where does that person live? What problems do they have? What's their age? What do they do for a job? And the list goes on in terms of those questions you can ask. And it's not going to be the same question for everyone, but you look at your product and you say product or service, and you go, all right, who's going to use that? All right, am I a consultant who works just in a geographic location? So it's pointless targeting people outside that geographic location. Look at the things that your product will solve. Is it a consulting service? Is it a piece of software? All right. So what issues will that piece of software solve? So then you can then go back and go, all right, what sort of people have those issues? All right, so if you're trying to sell a piece of CAD software, someone who's wanting accurate data to be able to input their data, have it accurately stored, be able to inquire on it, all those sorts of things. Is your product age specific? You know, are you targeting probably here I'm probably more looking at, you know, role in an organization, which tends to be, you know, if the person owning the company, doesn't always necessarily, but they're often the older person, they're the one making decisions. So you need to go, all right, who's going to be the person buying my product? Is it the person using it may not necessarily be the same person buying it. So you might have a technical person who you can convince this is a great product, but are they the ones who are actually buying it? So you actually then need to target two sorts of people, the person and the buyer. And that's what I'm saying. What do they do for a job? Are they the HR manager? Are they the technical person? Are they the accountant? Or are they the person signing the checks? All right. So you need to think about that. So who is your target market? Find out where they're at, and really get into that way of thinking. So let me go to the next slide. All right, so how do we create the right message for that target market? So we've looked at all of those things, or briefly gone over those few things, and so now we need to look at how we can create the right message. So you really need to look at the problems people have, or the issues, and how my product or service can solve that problem. What solution can I provide? Because at the end of the day, you know, you could have the best product in the world, but if you're not getting people to understand how it can solve their problems, they're not going to buy it. All right? You don't go and buy a loaf of bread when you want a drink of milk. You know, so you have to have the right solution for the right problems for the right people at the right time. There's lots of rights in there, but you know, you never just have one marketing campaign going. You need to create multiple messages, multiple campaigns, and multiple ways of getting that message out. So look at the ways that your product or service can solve problems. All right, it's really basic sort of marketing and how to get your product in front of the right person. All right, so where do I advertise? Now, what is the right target market for your product and service? Now, that's one of the reasons why we created GeoSpatial Connect, was so that you can actually take some of that guesswork out. That if your target market is the geospatial industry, if your target market is to sell products and services to those, then we've narrowed that down for you by providing all these targeted people on our website. But you still need to have the right message, the right product to solve the right problem. And so you need to look at not just, you know, it'd be great if you advertised on GeoSpatial Connect. We certainly encourage you to do that. But you need to look at what is right for your target market. Where do they buy? How do they buy? Do they read newspapers, magazines? Do they have an online presence? And some of that will depend on how you actually provide your service. You know, if you're an online bookstore, and so then your geographic area is anywhere, whereas if you're a local consultant, then your geographic area might just be your capital city, or a little bit beyond, or wherever it happens to be. So where does your market shop? What do they read? What age are they? You know, are you targeting young new professionals? Are you targeting the higher end accountants and buyers and decision makers within an organization? What sort of online presence do that organization have? What does the individual have? So you can look at lots of different options. There's an analogy of your marketing should be like a table, and a table has 4 legs, and if you cut one of those legs off, the table becomes unstable. And so what you want to have is 4 stable marketing channels. So you might have some online marketing, you might have some printed marketing, you might have some TV or radio type marketing, but you want to have 4 different ones. Some could be, you know, attending conferences, just handing out business cards. You want to have 4 solid marketing options, because then when one's not working, you've got these other ones to back it up while you change that strategy for the one that's not working. Or, you know, if I mentioned conferences, so you might only be going to a handful of conferences a year. So therefore, when the conferences aren't on, what are you doing? So you're having those other things. You know, there's a lot of people online, but, you know, not everyone is comfortable with buying online. So you need to look at those, and you need to look at, all right, how do I actually get across to people? All right, so keep that in mind. Have 4 strong marketing options, and make one of them GeoSpatial Connect. And all right, so just as a quick summary before we take off today, so your target market, who is your target market? Create the right message to that target market that's going to solve their problems. And then where do you advertise? How do you advertise? Online, offline, conferences, those sorts of things. All right, so think about it, and I invite you to join GeoSpatial Connect and grab the membership that is right for you. We have a merchant membership, which is just $15 a month, and that allows you to list as many products or services as you want in that month. People can inquire, you can promote it, you can add a blog, you can do a whole range of things, and market directly and indirectly using our website, and we're here to help you do that. So if you have any questions, you can type them quickly in the chat while I just wrap up. But yeah, join us every day on our webinars, Monday to Friday. Monday, new member webinar. Tuesday, products and services. Wednesdays, job seeker coaching. Thursdays, products, and Fridays, business coaching. So join us each day, 9 o'clock Adelaide time. Thank you for joining us again, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.